Thanks, Speaker. My question is to the Minister for the Environment and Water. How is the Albanese Labor government protecting Australia's threatened species while also easing housing pressures at the same time? And are there any obstacles to these efforts?
Give the call to the Minister for the Environment and Water.
Thanks very much, Mr Speaker, and I want to thank the member for Solomon. He is such a great local member because he's all over the environmental issues in his seat, but he also supports the building of much-needed extra housing. Mr Speaker, last week I made an announcement about a housing estate in Darwin. This was a project that began a few years ago in 2019, but recently there were some rare birds found on the site, the Gouldian finches, absolutely beautiful birds. And so, Mr Speaker, I paused that project. I paused the construction on that project to make sure that we could protect those birds, and that's what we've done. The birds are present around a dam on the site. We've protected the dam. We've protected a 50-metre buffer around the dam. We're getting rid of the gamba grass, which is a terrible invasive species in the Northern Territory, replacing it with native grasses for the birds to nest in and feed in. We've also protected a stretch along the coast where we've got migratory shorebirds. We're stopping people walking through their nesting areas as they were previously doing. All in all, we'll add 34 hectares of nature reserve to this area, which is about 18 SCGs. At the same time as protecting the birds, we'll see 800 new homes built, a new school, a new childcare centre, new community facilities, a new bike path. And I'll tell you what, in a city with a 1% rental vacancy rates, where the Northern Territory, where 1 in every 20 people are homeless, this much-needed housing will make a real contribution. The Deputy Leader of the Opposition's interjecting again. I know it's not Gold Coast housing, but Darwin housing is important too. Now, I'll tell you, Mr Speaker, who is opposed to this. I'll tell you who's opposed to it. The Greens political party are opposed to it. At least they are consistent. They're opposed to defence housing in Darwin. They're opposed to social housing in Sydney and in Melbourne. They're opposed to a $10 billion fund to build more social housing, 30,000 new homes. Doesn't matter who the housing's for, whether it's women and children escaping domestic violence, whether it's veterans, whether it's defence personnel, whether it's private renters, whether it's public housing. If it's got 4 walls and a roof and a front door, they're agin it. I'll tell you what, Mr Speaker, the difference is we on this side know that we need extra housing, we need to put roofs over the heads of Australians, and we can better protect the environment at the same time.